What's going on, everybody? It's me, RDV. Clean shave RDV tonight.
Oh, you do look yeah, you look you clean up nice, kid.
I like to make myself look like I'm 50 plus and then go down to 30. Makes me feel younger. uh got a fun show tonight. I mean, a lot of cool books coming out this week. My top 5, there were so many books that are on my pull list that are like, oh, you guys are equally like looking fun. It is hard to narrow down.
I have only got 6, I think, on my pull list for this week, so it'll be pretty easy to narrow down. I mean, of course, there is going to be some crossover, so just be warned. You will see the same covers pop up.
You probably will at least twice, I'd say, probably because tonight's I don't. There's one of the books I purposely left out because I knew you'd have it, and I figured it's a new story by a creator that we both like. So I wanted to make sure at least one of us talked about it, and then of course when you show it, I'll probably say a little bit.
I feel like we're gonna have at least 2, possibly 3. That's what I feel like saying. Actually, I don't have 6. I have 7, so I had one more than I thought I did on my pull list. That's exciting.
Just sharing this out right now.
Yeah, same.
And then we'll go. All right, what's up, Undead Quinn? What's going on, man? All right, so for this week, like I said, there's some good books and bad books coming out this week. We're not talk about that crap right there. We're gonna ignore that.
I'm not picking up a single book on that run.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, when I say we're ignoring that book, you can try and guess which book I'm talking about because they're all bad.
All of them? I mean, I know you're talking about Spider-Man.
Although I have heard that the Wolverine book is actually pretty good, decent read.
Is that Benjamin Percy?
I have no idea.
I know
it is Benjamin Percy.
It is Percy. Okay, Percy's not bad.
So it's supposed to be Wolverine kind of back to being Wolverine. He's no longer this House of X bullshit.
Yeah.
So
Daredevil kind of has me interested because it says Iron Fist on the cover, and I'm wondering if that's like Danny Rand or if it's the new Iron Fist.
When I see stuff like that,
it is the new one actually. So
when I see stuff like that, like Iron Fist plus it's a backup story. I don't think it's even part of the main story.
Yeah, no, of course it's gonna be, but it's the new one. It's the one that used to be like he used to use the name Swordmaster, but it wasn't like the original Swordmaster. It was like this new Asian kid. He had like a Japanese sword, a mystical sword. But then all of a sudden he just became Iron Fist. So it's just what? So yeah,
everyone become Iron Fist. Just change your name to that, and call anybody who says you're not, call them a bigot.
They used to have. They had like this little girl. She was like this she was foreseen to become the next Iron Fist, and it was pretty cool because Danny was the current one, and he was like protecting and mentoring her until she was ready.
If you want to do that, have that. But when they were doing like the Marvel the End books, it's a future book. This is what happens when Danny dies. She takes over.
Exactly. That's what it looked like. Like I think you could do the two of them like that. It would be a really well. It could, if you have the right team on it, it could be a smash hit. But then they just decided. At the end of that, who was it? Larry Hama, I think, that wrote that 5 or 6 issue series. And at the end of it, Danny gives like the Iron Fist power over to like Okoye from Wakanda for no reason at all. It was really weird.
Larry Hama wrote that patch series, that throwback series. It was awesome. Now he wasn't smoking in it,
Was that the one? Oh wait, what are you talking about?
The patch was a throwback series.
Oh, the patch. Okay, well, yeah, okay. Patch I heard was good, but I'm talking about the Iron Fist one.
Yeah. I'm just saying, as it comes to list up, you mentioned Larry Hama. Larry Hama, I know some people have gripes with him, way he's written some stuff or things he's may have said, but that patch series, I cannot deny it from 2 years ago, was really cool.
I remember you saying you were really enjoying it.
Yeah, he didn't smoke a cigar, but he was drinking and he was slaughtering people, hunting them down. He had a bunch. It's basically Wolverine on an island with a bunch of soldiers, and the soldiers has no chance.
Right.
With a little bit of comedy, mean, there was one thing in there with like the girl they supposed the mutant he's trying to check was non-binary. That shit annoyed me. But if you look past that, it actually was a decent story. But
Yeah.
It's like the Batman, the one line, and it ruins it for everybody. For me, I just kind of roll my eyes and then
roll your eyes at it or shoot. I mean, most
Yeah.
of the time it's like if you blink, you miss it. I mean, so it's like just
Like
blink
blink.
at the right time and it doesn't affect anything. you know?
like the character Blink. Man, she's gone. She was hot for a minute and then she was gone.
I have nothing to say about Blink. I don't really care or don't care. I'm just kind of apathetic.
That's my
towards
thing. See, exactly. She was like she appeared. She was everywhere. They threw her in the show Gifted. Try to like.
Well, she was cool for a second when they had that Exile series.
Yeah.
I know that she was on that, and she was. I know a lot of folks that read it liked her character, but then she just kind of faded away.
That's what I
Like
mean.
she was really hot, I guess, during the '90s and the early 2000s, and then it's just like she's not a big deal.
A lot of characters.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly.
What's going on to Jay? Hello to Helium. Undead Gwen. Marania. Hello. All right. So, I think I went first last time.
Sure. Okay.
So I'll let you go.
I've got one that I guarantee you do not have. We'll start with that. We'll start with a surprise. I guarantee you don't have this one.
It's Ghost Rider, isn't it?
No, of course not. It's an IDW book. Is it? No, it's not IDW. I take that back. It's Dynamite. It's not IDW.
It's a Kong book, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
I saw that. I was like, he's getting that.
So Dynamite is doing a Kong comic book, and I love the Godzilla MonsterVerse movies, Kong Skull Island, Godzilla versus Kong. I love those, and so this looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
I read this. It's like, the German U-boats gets lost at sea, and now they've
Is it really a
behind the
German U-boat?
imagination. Yeah,
Oh, I mean, yeah, it says it right there. Yeah.
Imperial German U-boat lost at sea, crew no pizza. I was like, so Nazis versus dinosaurs versus gorilla.
And of course, I'm gonna. So I mean, this has two of my three ingredients for a good comic book: Nazi bad guys and dinosaurs.
Maybe there's a hot blonde Nazi babe on here.
Maybe they have like a Fay Ray making an appearance or something in here. But that Brian Hitch cover is really, really cool. I like the Brian Hitch. The Jay Lee one is also really fun. The Jay Lee does have there might be cheesecake. If you look at the Jay Lee cover, there is it almost looks like Red Sonja with like the red hair, but she doesn't have like the chainmail. So
it's kind of like
this could have all three. There could be a cheesecake piece in here. Who knows?
You know what? I'm going back to we just had that Godzilla versus Kong. Remember the little girl? That was that can help control Kong calm down.
The one who could sign with him. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe we're gonna get this.
Maybe. Could be. Oh, there's also a really cool cover by Joe DeVito, where it's like him on top of the Empire State Building.
Yeah, the throwback to the 30s.
Throwback to the original movie. Yeah, I kind of dig that. That would be a cool poster. Whoa, Ash! You and me we're twins this week, man. We both got 7 books this week. How about that? I'll be surprised if this is one of them. But so this is Kong. So like RDD was saying, it's a German U-boat lost at sea. They land on Skull Island, and there's dinosaurs, there's Kong, there's probably all kinds of other creatures going to rain down all kinds of destruction on them. I'm really excited. I think it's really hard to mess up just a simple monster story like this. I don't know Alex Cox from Adam. Maybe he will find a way to ruin it, but I don't think he will. It's Dynamite. Dynamite generally does. This is one of the things that I think Dynamite does well. I think they do good monsterish jungle books. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Me being a King Kong fan, I'm really looking forward to it.
All right.
And Ash, who's to say my books aren't good? I think this will be a good book.
Well,
maybe it'll be better than one of yours.
Maybe he's saying this isn't a good book, and that's why he.
Well, I know. Yeah,
he did say he had 7 books, so this could be. You could still have another 5th book that's good.
Well, this is my number 5, so that means this is ahead.
You show 2 other ones. They're getting besides the 5, so So maybe enjoys with that one.
Maybe.
All right.
Maybe.
All right. So we're going to my number 5, and I'll probably get flack for this because it's so low on my list from Ash. He's like, "What? That's your number 5?" If I can find it now.
I'm gonna guess. Is it Noctera?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
It's Nemesis Reloaded.
Whoa! Oh, that is shocking. Interesting.
I want to see how it ends. That's all. It's me at this point. I mean, I don't. We got the history, like who was the president that was between, like in the one term that everybody forgot about. What does that to do with this? Is the mayor gonna escape, and kill Nemesis? We're gonna reveal there's gonna be like there's a billion of them, not just one. Is Nemesis just gonna kill everybody and get away with it, and they can have a murderer win, where all the good people die, and or is it like they're gonna go out both, killing each other, like there's so many possibilities you can do with this, and this is the grand finale. 5 issues, one more than the first series. So I just want to know. See, he thinks Ash says, "What? That's your number 5." I told you. Yeah, like I said, I just want to know what's going on with this, because I know how the original one ends. This is a reboot, so it means he can just ignore everything from the first one, or he could just, I'll keep the same ending, but I'll tweak it a little bit. Like, you think it's this, and then I'll do this,
Right.
Yeah.
Pull the rug out from under you.
Yep. Hello to Mr. Eric Breen. I'm glad that you could make it tonight.
He's also surprised that's your number 5.
I think he's just strong Ash.
Oh, okay.
But he could still be surprised. It's my number 5.
Could be.
I don't know if Breen's even reading this. He says he's the indie guy, but he may not be reading this.
I think he only reads indies if Ed Brubaker's name is on it.
Or Sean Phillips.
I feel like that's the... Well, I mean, they kind of go together, don't they? They're like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah.
Like beer and peanuts.
Yeah. Could say that. Sure.
All right. So that's my number 5. Like I said, I'm looking forward to this. I hope that it ends and sticks to landing. Because right now they gave us an origin story, which the original series did. It was a cop-out.
Right.
So I'm curious to see how it's going to go. My only complaint is if the bad guy wins, if you're going to have something like this, there's got to be someone equally like this. You got to have, like, when you watch, like, stuff like, like Darkwing Duck, there was evil. There was Mega Duck or Negaduck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like a good, I want the good version of this. Unless they're trying to tell me that he's the good guy all along.
See, I'm going to disagree with you on that. I think we have so many books where there is a good and an evil. Like, the thing that kind of turned me off Nemesis at first was that he is a bad guy. Like, he's got hits out on cops. So
Ash?
he's not a good guy. So you can have a worse guy, kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean, where the pirates are bad, like morally, but they're still the good guys.
But this guy is so twisted, demented. But what he's done, he's basically done bullseye level of murder.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
so I think if you are going to have a bad guy, he needs, instead of calling him a bad guy, he'd be a worse guy.
I gotta say this to Ash, quoting him, saying that's your number 5. Basically, that's your number 5. Look at this. Batman White Knight Presents Generation Joker. Number 1 is number 5.
That's his number 5.
You call yourself a Sean Gordon Murphy fan.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Yes. All right, so that's my number 5. Let's go into your number 4.
My number 4, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while since I brought this book up. It's been a while since it's had an issue, but we have the finale of we have 2 Jeff Johns books coming out this week, and one of them is my number 4. This is the Junkyard Joe, which you passed up, by the way. Junkyard Joe number 6, folks. This is the finale of his Junkyard Joe miniseries, this building block he's got going of the Geigerverse, or the Unknown War, is this big event that Jeff Johns is creating with Gary Frank. This has been a stellar series. I think I even like this more than Geiger, which was the first one. Just, Muddy Davis and then, Junkyard Joe, him. It's almost got like kind of a Rambo vibe to it, which I really dig. I like how, these kids, this little girl who's an artist kind of relates to Muddy Davis, who was also an artist. It's a really, really cool story. And it feels like it's been at least a month or two since issue 5. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how this wraps up. Hopefully he teases a little bit of what's to come. We know he's got several other characters coming down the pipeline. I think the next one is supposed to be like this immortal British mercenary, which will be really cool. But Junkyard Joe has been a blast. If you haven't been reading it, go find issue number 1 and just read 1 through 5 and then pick up this. It has been phenomenal storytelling from Jeff Jones.
For me, when you wait a long period of time, even a month to me is too long.
Yeah.
In between as far as the next issue, because I forget about it. I'm reading so many books and like, oh, that didn't come out. Oh, I didn't even notice, because it's even as good as books as Junkyard Joe. I love these books, but being like, you gotta let people know it's still around, and do stuff, keep people interested. Firepower, I haven't heard a word.
Firepower, no, they announced that a few weeks ago that the next story arc was going to be coming soon. They announced that a few weeks ago, I think.
Did they just give a release date? Because my thing is like, the last book was September, or something like last year.
I'll look it up real quick. By the way, we skipped over Undead Quinn's number 5, I think. He said his number 5 book this week coming up is Phantom Road number 3.
And Tahim's got Gotham Academy for his number 5.
Nice. Very cool.
And let's go right to my number 4.
This summer, it's coming. So 4 weeks ago, they made the announcement that number 25 of Firepower will be launching this summer, July 26th. So July is when Firepower.
Ash, I'm sorry. Not everyone's like you can wait forever for books. I'd rather.
Hey, how long are you waiting for Ultra Mega to come back, Ash?
3 years, and you'd be like, I've been counting every single day.
I'm about to say, listen, once a month, I feel like that's a pretty good medium to have, a pretty good length of time between issues.
Yeah.
Now, I've gotten spoiled off of books like The Flash, where it's like every other week.
Yeah.
Or Ambassadors every other week. I've kind of gotten spoiled, I'll admit.
Well, I've also been in the comic. When I got a comics thing, I was reading back issues, so I was able to binge.
True.
So
it's like the difference between waiting every week for a new episode of TV versus just binging something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my number 4 as well.
Oh, this is your number 4? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I gotta have it on a list, but like you said, there's so many other books coming out this week. It's who knows when we read, maybe it'll change. Like there's so many books. I love them pretty much all the same. It's just kind of hard to organize them all.
It is. It's very rough. I'm looking at the titles here, and I'm trying to like squeeze 6 titles into a 5-issue list. It's like it doesn't work.
Gary Frank, man, I'm getting spoiled with Gary Frank art. I gotta say, Gary Frank is better than Frank Quilty.
Yep, 100%. Gary Frank is also better than Frank Miller at the art. I don't know. Does Frank Miller even do it? Frank Miller does art. He draws a little bit.
He did on
300. I think he did.
No, for Daredevil.
Oh, for Daredevil, he did. Okay.
He was writer, yeah. And then he had forget what his name is. The guy with the K. I forget what his name is. He was doing the inking for him.
I have no idea who that might be. Breen might know.
The finale.
Gary Frank, I agree. He is my favorite Frank in comics.
Are the top of your list? Who said they're my favorite series? Are you talking about you? Did you say it's your favorite series?
This is mine so far of the Geigerverse.
The Geigerverse.
Geiger and Junkyard Joe. Yeah. Junkyard Joe is my favorite.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe I'll like the Red Coat even more. So.
To be questioned, 2023, Frank Miller doesn't do anything.
Not anymore, he doesn't. No,
he doesn't. He clings the oxygen tanks.
Oh, that's mean. I don't want to laugh at that. That's mean.
Yes. The guy smoked like a. like a chimney.
That's true. I mean, that's kind of the consequence, but yeah.
Right now, like you said, like this isn't my favorite series, but I mean, like it is. I mean, appreciating more of Jeff Johns stuff. I don't really read a lot of Jeff Johns. I mean, I did like Geiger. I do like Junkyard Joe.
Right.
But it's not my favorite out of all the books that are coming out, though. Instead, it's something that I can actually read and enjoy. I'll give you that. That being said, so this is my number 4. I do have another Jeff Johns books I want to talk about tonight. They're so that I do enjoy a little better. Like I said, I like what I like. Asteroid likes more to you, man. Do what you do.
100%.
Frank Miller Pandora is coming out next week.
Oh yeah, one of those Frank Miller books. Yeah, Pandora. Yeah.
How long did it take him to finish that?
That's a good question. I don't have an answer.
I wonder when he started working on it, though. That's the thing, because he's older. He's obviously older.
That's true. Some of these books, like I wonder, like what's the gap of time between when the book is ready to print and then the time it actually takes them to like distribute it. I bet you for some of these it's a lot longer than we think it is.
All right, so some of the other covers right here, we got
there's some beautiful covers for this. That's the one that I want.
The one with the gun.
Is that the Tony S. Daniel? Or is that
it's Daniel and Anderson.
Yeah.
It's Daniel and Anderson.
Okay.
Anderson.
Okay.
Then there's Peralta. That's kind of cool.
Oh, I like that one.
All his basically his friends.
All of his comrades.
Well, yeah, that's paying respect to them,
Yeah, that's cool.
And then you get to see this time lapse.
Oh, that one's cool too.
2 lives.
Yeah.
Meeting the we thought it was a past, now catching up to them in the future and they're colliding. That is cool.
I like all of these. The Tony S. Daniel one's probably my favorite.
Muddy Davis's life is this guy even muddier.
So this is a really bizarro week because not only is there you and me, but Ash is getting 7 books and Breen is getting 5. Like people that don't normally get a lot of books on a weekly basis. Like everybody's getting books this week.
I want to know, is Breen getting books to his house or just getting to the shop?
He says he's getting 5 new books this week. So I'd imagine that would be at his house and not the shop. I would imagine. But number 4, Undead Quinn says he's getting Batman: The Adventure Continues Season 3. He's getting issue number 5 of that. That's I've been hearing good things about that one. To Heal Him, that's his number 4 as well. He's getting the Batman Adventures. His number 5, I don't know if we talked about To Heal Him's number 5. He's getting Gotham Academy.
I did say that, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, a lot of people getting Batman. That's awesome.
So part of me, from my ignorance when it comes to Gotham Academy, that sounds like a young adult book.
I have no knowledge of it, and there's a million Bat books floating around. So I don't
there's the Webtoon one, the Wayne.
The Webtoon one is like the Bat Family. I think it's like a lighter-hearted take on the Bat Family.
Oh, he's getting a number of softcover trades and manga this week.
Oh, nice.
Like I said,
Ash's number 4 is Ambassador's number 4. Ash, it's my turn to flip the tables on you and be shocked at you. How is Ambassadors your number 4? That book has been on fire since issue 2.
Well, let's get to your number 3.
My number 3, it's funny you should say what my number 3 is, because I just named it for Ash's number 4. Ambassadors number 4. This is my favorite Mark Millar book going on right now. Actually, I say that it's kind of a toss-up between this and Bite Club or Night Club. I think it's Bite Club. Bite Club. This issue I'm really looking forward to because Olivier Capel is doing the art, and his artwork is fantastic. I liked him when he was drawing Thor. I thought he did a really good job with Thor. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how he takes on this issue. This is the one. It looks like we're going to be getting our origin of the Ambassador of Brazil. I think Mark has even said on his Twitter that we'll also get like a sneak peek into the Australian ambassador hero as well. So yeah, he's been, like I said, he's been on fire ever since issue 2. Issue 1 was okay, it was interesting, but 2 and 3 were what really sucked me into this world that he's making. And I hope he's got more stories lined up after this, because I feel like this can go on for more than 5 or 6 issues. I feel like he has like a legitimate run here that he could do. I know that's not his style. Mark Millar doesn't really do ongoings, but I feel like he could at least come back and revisit this several times. So I'm hoping that we get to see that. But yeah, this one sounds cool. So it's a Catholic priest fighting drug lords in Brazil, and according to the synopsis, he's offered a spot on his team, but he's like, it almost sounds like he's not going to do it. He's just happy, just like doing his own thing in Brazil, not being on the team. So it'd be really interesting to see how this works. So yeah. You call him Mark. Who do you think you are, Joker?
Yeah, you mean DJ?
I'm sure he would prefer to never hear that name again.
It's gonna stick.
But yeah, Ambassadors has been awesome. I highly recommend it. If you want my recommendation for 2 Mark Millar books, Ambassadors and Bite Club. Those are the 2 big ones that I'm looking from him right now.
I'm curious to see what's going to happen in the I guess this is supposed to be a 6 limited. 6 issue limited, or is it?
I believe it's a 6 issue limited. Yeah, that's the last one that I see is on June is number 6.
Because I hope they introduce all the characters before they get to issue 6. Because I mean, I want to know what's going on with these little hanger endings.
You only get 6 people. I think it is they only give superpowers to 6 people. So they've done India, they've done France, Brazil, Australia, and then whoever the other 2 are, I'm sure will be mentioned here pretty soon in the next 2 issues.
Also, Junkyard Joe was better than this book, and it's a finale. Says Ash.
That's a good question. If it's better or not.
That's why Junkyard Joe
different. I don't know if I want to say better. I feel like they hit different notes. Like Junkyard Joe is kind of like I mentioned, it's kind of like Rambo.
Mm-hmm.
It hits like a little bit more of those like military and like veteran vibes. And Ambassadors, I don't know, it feels just more like a big budget, like superhero blockbuster kind of.
All right.
So it feels like 2 different vibes. It's like comparing, like I said, it's like comparing Rambo to Spider-Man or X-Men or something.
I'm gonna go to now my number 3.
So that's just me though.
Yeah, the Jeff Johns book.
Hey, nice. Is this the final issue?
Yeah, final issue.
Nice.
Just been loving this, man. Like it's, I'm a kid at heart, so I like more of the kid friendly books versus the serious Junkyard Joes. Even though I do like the Junkyard Joe, I do like what Jeff Johns has been doing with this. The kind of kooky, kind of crazy. Jeremy Adams, you heard about that? He's getting the spinoff with Jay Garrick and his daughter Judy.
Yep.
I really wish, that they finally like. I don't know if it's just DC or if it's just Jeff Johns doesn't want to do an ongoing, but I'd love to see an ongoing Stargirl or at least JSA ongoing, not miniseries, not this little crap. We have too many miniseries.
Yeah, you're right.
If you want miniseries, do that for the Batmans. 6 issues.
For real. Do miniseries and just have them called like different cases, like different detective cases. Like it's super simple to do.
You mean like they did in the 90s? But it was basically an ongoing, but with multiple different story arcs.
Just say like Batman in the case of Two-Face robs the bank, issues 1 through 4.
You could just do an ongoing Legend of Dark Knight and just keep doing the different mini capers.
If you want to change, that way you get like a new number 1 every time a case changes. You can change.
No more than that new number 1 bullshit.
Well, no, if you have different cases,
you can.
You could say not issue number 1. You could say part 1.
Yes, that's what. Yeah, that was what Legend of the Dark Knight was in the 90s.
Yeah,
it was basically just writing the same team writing it, and then you'd basically have a new story arc, and whether it's Man Bat or something else. It was him versus it was awesome. they have these new number ones, it just shows that they're spacey petty, they're cash grabbing, and I do not like the cash grabs. But anyway, getting back to this book, dude, I love the TV series. Even before that, I read the actual series. I got the trade, the complete run. I've been reading the JSA, the Goyer going into this, and just like interaction. I just want more. Like I said, this is my drug. You know, give me more of just a Justice Society, the sidekicks, all of it. You know, per Degaton. I've been reading up more about him and stuff. It's just been fun. Mm-hmm. And like I said, for girls, if you want, you know, if you have a daughter and you want her to read comic books, you're looking for one that's wholesome. Stargirl is where you go.
Stargirl's a good one.
Stargirl is where you get them when they're younger, get in and they get the comic books, because it basically identifies with a teenager, you know. As I said, and it's just wholesome, fun. Art's been great on this. I love Todd Knox art in here. Jeff Johns knows how to put a story together. Yes, and I haven't read Doomsday Clock, but I'll go read it, and I'll probably enjoy it.
Doomsday Clock was good. It was a little bit more of the heavier books that he's written, but it was still entertaining.
Well,
I enjoyed it.
Didn't they kick him off of it, and that's why it got shitty towards the end because somebody else took over? Bendis ruined it all, or something like that.
I don't think anyone kicked him off of it. I think he wrote the whole thing.
Oh, I heard that it's the reason Doomsday Clock they really didn't like it because towards the end that he was kind of forced out a little bit, and then he just had Bendis coming in and just ruined everything he had planned. He had set up.
I would have to check into that. I'm not entirely.
I don't know. Regardless, though, if you're looking for a comic book to read, and I understand it's a mini series, and I hate mini series, but I was torn because it's Stargirl, it's Jeff Johns. I would love them to be like, you know what, Huey announced today it's going to be 12 issues. It got extended. It's like, fuck yeah, because that's what they did in Swamp Thing last year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just want more, and there's very few far between as far as books that I actually do like. This is a book I just love all the way through.
Yeah.
But
awesome.
And it's a new, and I don't get the new take on Emiko. She's the daughter of Shadow and some other senator.
She's like Ollie's half sister, I thought.
But not in the comic books, though. She's not.
Not in the comic? I thought she was. Okay.
No, she's not. Yeah, Robert Queen isn't her father.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's some other Robert something senator.
Interesting. Look, people talk about there's too many Robins. I think there's too many Red Arrows and Speedies. Like, give me just like when it was Roy and Mia, not like you don't need Arrowette, you don't need Artemis, you don't need the new Emiko. But right. Bendis caused delays in Doomsday Clock because of the nonsense he was pulling in Superman. Oh, okay. So Bendis would write stuff in Superman. Jeff Johns would have to like pivot and adjust to that. Ah, I see.
Yep.
That sucks. Screw you, Bendis, again.
But, Jeff Johns wrote the whole thing. Planned for the ending to lead to a new Legion of Superheroes book he wanted to write, but Bendis amended to get it the right losh.
Was Legion? Okay, so I know Doomsday Clock, like the big thing was it brought the JSA back into canon. I didn't know that he was also trying to lead to the Legion of Superheroes, too. Ah, interesting.
Here's the variant.
Ha! And Evil Black Cat proves me right. He says Emiko is Oliver's half-sister in the comics. Ha!
I thought they changed that.
It's a really weird day when Evil Black Cat proves me right, but...
Unless it was New 52. I thought didn't they change it for New 52?
I
don't know.
Asking the wrong guy.
Anyway.
I like Green Arrow, but I didn't read much of his New 52 series.
That's kind of how I feel about
Tehillim's number 3 this week. He's reading Spirit World, which that's another new DC book coming out, I think.
I flipped through the preview book for that.
Yeah.
The free comic book day.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't horrible.
Okay.
But it looks very manga-ish.
That was the one. Well, yeah, because I think it's a Japanese creator, I think.
They threw I
think that's the one that's the preview that also had Ram V's book, The Vigil.
It's also there's Alyssa Wong's in there.
Okay.
Yeah,
she's not a bad writer. I read some of the Iron Fist miniseries where it wasn't Danny Rand. It wasn't terrible. It would have been better to just make a new character?
Like I said, I read through it earlier today, and like I said, it was basically you had her basically going around. She's like almost like an anime character, like a demon slayer. That's what she is. Her character.
Okay.
She slays demon stuff.
Okay.
Cassandra Cain pops up and and she's like, oh, what the hell are you doing here? Batgirl ends up, but Batgirl knows how to slay demons for some reason. I don't know why. If it's ever explained before, but she was doing that. Then John Constantine was thrown in there needlessly because they need John. They figure like, oh, John Constantine, let's throw him there. We got demons and all this stuff.
If you're gonna have demons, yeah, you gotta have John Constantine.
But it's like it wasn't even a good version of John Constantine. That's the problem. It was kind of like a really watered down CW version.
Well, yeah, when you spread them around everywhere, you're gonna wear them.
He's done enough spreading her around. We don't need him doing that.
Where's your drum roll? Where's your?
But what the cliffhanger was that basically Emiko, or not Emiko, but Cassandra Cain gets pulled into the spirit world. Now she's trapped there. Now John Constantine and this girl have to like figure out how to get into the spirit world and basically rescue her. So it basically feels like a freaking anime to me. Now,
that actually appeals to me more than it does to you, I bet.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's go to your. That was my number 3. Let's go to your number 2.
Well, first of all, Undead Quinn, his number 3, he has listed as Green Lantern number 1 is his number 3. Good book, Undead Quinn. Good book. My number 3. My number 2. I mean. Was your number 3? You just had it up there. I bet you we have the same number 1 too.
I bet you we don't.
You bet you we don't? Okay. I'll take that bet. Stargirl, The Lost Children. So first of all, I'm going to say 2 things on this. First of all, I'm going to mirror a lot of what RDV said. This has been a really fun series. It's a mini series, limited series, whatever, which sucks. But I don't know that with this story, I'm going to say this is different. I think with this story, I don't think you could extend it and give it like 10 or 12, like what they did with Swamp Thing. I think Jeff Johns had a very clear goal with this story. And actually, I saw an article. I got a notification for it today. It was a Bleeding Cool article, but it's still, I think it tracks. At the end of this, it does look like Jeff Johns is going to tie this together with his JSA series that he's got going on right now. I think there is like a merging of the two that's going to happen. We'll either get a brand new ongoing or another miniseries. I'm thinking another ongoing. I'm hoping anyway. But I'm not going to talk too much about that because that would involve diving into spoilers for this. So, yeah, exactly. It won't get extended. No, it like you said, Evil Black Cat. Yeah, it leads into JSA issue number 6. Exactly. But, yeah, this has been a fantastic story. I like how Jeff Johns has dived in and made new characters instead of just twisting, existing characters around. He's made brand new ones. So instead of making a new, making an existing character, a girl or a diversity hero, whatever, he actually made these new sidekicks, these new kid sidekicks. Some of them are new. Some of them already existed and were just so obscure that nobody remembered them, like the Newsboy Legion, which is really cool to see them brought back. Airwaves, Secret from Young Justice. I don't know if Secret's been seen anywhere since Young Justice ended. But then you also have new heroes like TikTok, who's like supposed to be Our Man's sidekick, or Mr. Terrific has a sidekick. Some really cool characters here. Todd Knock, like you said, his art is fantastic. He really shines when doing these kid superhero stories like he did with Young Justice back in the day. So this has just been a really, really fun book. I would like to say, I hope that one day when I have kids, I'm able to introduce them to comics, and this is one of the ones that I want to get them started on. It's just such a wholesome book. There's nothing dark or nothing really that you have to watch out for. It doesn't have weird ideology, virtue signaling. It's not dark. It's not gruesome. It's just a good, fun story. And so, yeah, I'm kind of sad it's wrapping up, but thankfully it will at least lead into what he's got going on with Justice Society.
The best thing about it, it's on Legacies.
It is about legacies. Yeah, that might be why Ash isn't picking it up. We know how Ash feels about legacies. Yeah.
Ash Comics will have his own legacy one day.
One day, Ash on Comics will have a legacy. So yeah, Stargirl: The Lost Children. Check it out if you're not already. I don't know why you wouldn't, unless you just have a hate on for Jeff Johns, which would be really weird if you did. But yeah, definitely check it out.
All right. Ash had said his number 3 was Samurai Doggy number 6, which is also
nice.
Not a cliffhanger, but I mean, every issue is like a cliffhanger when it comes to that company. As far as where he's going to get another one or not, but been reading along with them. It's been a fun series. I'm going to buy the trade when it comes. Supposedly come out in September, so holding on for that. Number 2 for Undead Quinn was Batman: The White Knight Presents Generation Number.
Nice.
Joker number
Good
1.
pick.
See, he likes a little bit more than some other people here in this chat. That's okay though.
To be fair, it didn't make my top 5, but I am looking forward to reading it though.
All right, so my number 2 is a book I've been enjoying tremendously. It's just been a fun adventure, and nostalgia is strong with this, but it's still got a good story and everything. It's just, I love it. I need more of it. And let's scroll down a little bit more.
Oh, I was about to say, is it Iron Man number 6?
No, it's Batman: The Adventures Continue.
Season
3.
I do like this cover. I like the version like they drew the Suicide Squad in.
Old school comic version costume for Shinobi or Lady Shiva, I suppose.
Katana.
Sorry,
that's Katana.
Yeah, I know why I said Shinobi. But,
I also like the old school. It's good to see the old school Harley Quinn again and Deadshot.
Yep, Harley Quinn was basically blackmailed into this because her best friend Ivy is being held hostage by Waller.
Nice.
Yeah.
Best friend Ivy, not lover
best friend,
Ivy.
Yes, best friend. They even this isn't Bloodsport on the cover here. This is a different character that was introduced in season 2.
Okay.
His name is they listen here. Oh, I guess they don't. They don't listen.
Is it Straight Man?
No, Straight Man is actually the guy. See, no, it's not Straight Man. Straight Man is basically the guy who's wearing henchman who's working for Joker.
Straight Man would be a villain in today's comic world.
Ash said the 2, but you think about it though.
In a world where every teenage hero is gay or bi, Straight Man rises from the shadows.
Are you done yet? Because Straight Man is actually a pair to when you watch movies like Identity Theft or stuff. There's always the Joker comedian, and there's a guy who's a straight person. That's that's basically Jason Bateman, his character. He's a straight-laced, serious guy, and then he has to deal with the obnoxious, basically like in Melissa McCarthy or whoever he's with, Rachel.
Okay.
That's the comedy. There's always Abbott Costello. There's always the one who's kind of the serious one, and then
Abbott. Like Abbott would be the straight man, and Lou would be the goofball.
So it was Remember, it's Joker. All about that stuff. Now, because we're all pissed off at what they're doing with their other comic books. This actually has been a decent job. It's still continuing with the theme of the animated series. If you're a fan of that series, you got Paul Dini still writing that. You got
Ty Templeton.
You got Burnett still on here too. Ty Templeton's back. He beat cancer, and he is basically continuing to doing interior work again. It's been fun seeing the Suicide Squad with Amanda Waller, basically in Gotham. We get to see the first prototype version for the Batman Beyond costume. That's really cool.
Very cool.
Like I said, and then Tim isn't chasing after anybody in here other than crooks. He's he's not. Oh, hey guys, have you seen my boyfriend? He's like, there's no Stephanie either. This way, I prefer it. There's no Stephanie. There's no whatever his character is, the Bernard or whatever.
Stephanie.
I like the fact that it's not focused on him like having a girlfriend or having a boyfriend. It's just back to wasn't a series cartoon. And there is no sexual tension between Bruce and Barbara in this. That's the one thing.
That's just weird. I'm sorry, Barbara being with Bruce or with Dick. Either way, it's both weird. It's weird both ways. Barbara, if you want to give Barbara a romantic interest, it's got to be someone outside the Bat family.
Yeah,
give her like some normal cop or something, you know. That's just me.
All right. So yeah, like I said, if you want to read a good Batman story, you love the animated series, this is what you need to be reading. Going through there, introducing not new characters, but characters that have never been in the animated universe.
Yeah.
Deathstroke and the Ravager were in the first season. Like I said, you're getting all these awesome characters popping in here. I just want more, dude. Like I said,
I really wish they had an episode that had King Shark in it, because that would be fun.
I'm having so much more fun. I'm enjoying this more than Ram V and Chip Zdarsky Batman.
Well, Chip Zdarsky, I can see. I've been liking Ram V, but
I do. Honestly, I love Justice League Unlimited cartoon series more than I like any of the Justice Leagues I tried running the comic books.
I can see that. I mean, that's one reason you might like Scott Snyder's Justice League. Like, that's one of the reasons he used the lineup from Justice League, the animated series.
Yeah,
he did that as like an homage to the cartoon. So you might like Scott Snyder's Justice League run.
Sorry, I do love Chuck Dixon, but Barbara belongs not with Dick. Sorry,
not with Dick. Starfire belongs with Dick.
Yeah. Why not both? Okay. You want to make a truce? We'll do it both. All right.
Nightwing comes out as the first Mormon superhero. Multiple wives.
He's now known as Polygamy Boy.
Wow. Wait, hold on. Stop the presses. I don't know if he's being sincere or not, but Breen says Zdarsky gave us the best Batman moment ever.
Are you talking about the shark spray?
Is that what it is? The shark repellent?
I don't know. I'm just joking.
I saw that panel. That was a pretty fun panel. Evil Black Cat, you belong in the streets, sir. Good day.
All right, we're spending too much time on this. Let's get to
We are. Undead Quinn says his number 2 book is Batman White Knight Presents Generation Joker #1. To heal him up here, if I scroll up, his number 2 is Stargirl. So right on to heal him. Good book. Ash has not listed his number 2 yet. So, oh yeah, we were right. It was the shark repellent panel. But then Breen says Dick and Barbara are better than Dick and Corey, and now I just can't take him seriously anymore.
I would say the only thing that was good about 900 was the fact that Jorge Jimenez got to draw all the different versions of Batman. Other than that, the story was shit.
Well, at least now he's done with the Grant Morrison multiverse thing, right? Like, it was the finale.
That's the thing that really pissed me off. He was like, "Oh, failsafe," and then he's like, "I want to sniff Grant Morrison's farts, so let's just basically copy everything he did and just kind of like."
See, if he had just wrapped it up sooner, I might still be willing to give it a chance. But I've already turned off. I picked my Batman book. I'm with Detective Comics now. So.
A lot of people who hate Damian have been saying that to Bruce. You should have wrapped it up sooner.
Yeah. Although I do want to try the Joshua Williamson Batman and Robin when that comes out over the summer. I bet that'll be good. Ash says his number 2 book was Nemesis Reloaded #5 because he was giving you crap for that being your number 5. But all right, let's go ahead.
Well, it's number 5. It belongs at number 5, right?
There you go. There you go. So counting down my list, number 5, I had Dynamite Comics Kong: The Great War #1 because it's monsters. Why not? Number 4 I had was Junkyard Joe #6. My number 3 is Ambassadors #4. My number 2 is Stargirl: The Lost Children #6, the finale of that miniseries. And my number 1 book, I will be shocked if this is not your number 1 book, sir, but it is Green Lantern #1 because, guys, it's Jeremy Adams and it's Hal freaking Jordan. He is back. It says right there on the cover, back in action.
96 of 104 have liked it so far.
Exactly. I'm hearing great things about it. I think on Amazon, it was like the number one new comic book.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are jumping on it. I'm hearing a lot of praise for it on Twitter. A lot of people are really excited. A lot of Hal Jordan fans are really excited.
That's awesome.
There's no such thing as a bat condom.
Technically, didn't she, when he was knocked out, she took advantage of him?
Is that what it was? I feel like that's what it was.
I'm assuming that's what it was, but
there is no bat contraceptive. But yes, this is super exciting. So I'm a big Hal Jordan fan. He's my favorite Green Lantern. I love the Green Lantern Rebirth, all the different things Jeff Johns, Robert Venditti were doing with Green Lantern back before New 52 and even a little bit after New 52. So it's exciting to see Hal Jordan back being like the main Green Lantern, the one on the book, instead of it being like two Green Lanterns sharing the title or just like a whole Green Lantern core book. It's nice to just see Hal again. And so this is taking place after Dark Crisis. We find out that Hal Jordan, he's back on Earth. There's like a reason, like the Green Lantern Corps, they've quarantined his sector 2814. So he's stuck on Earth. We know that Sinestro is going to be involved. The rivalry between Hal Jordan and Sinestro. I think it's one of the best rivalries in DC Comics. I put it up there with like Lex Luthor and Superman. Not as overplayed as Joker and Batman. I feel like it has a little bit more substance to it than that. But we know also that Carol Ferris is going to be back involved. Kilowog's going to be involved. So really, really looking forward to this. We know that the same artist, I think it's the same artist that he worked with on Flash. Is it? Oh, no, it's a different artist. Or at least one of them is a different artist. But Zermanico, I know, has worked with him on the Flash book. So
it says right in the paragraph, you look right there at the screen, it says Flashpoint Beyond.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Flashpoint Beyond. Okay. I saw Flashpoint Beyond. I was looking for Flash for some reason. But I'm super excited about this. There is also going to be a John Stewart backstory. I think it was supposed to get its own book, but either it got just pushed to being a back issue or this is just like a prequel or a preview of it. I'm not sure. But I cannot wait for this. After seeing all the great things he did with Wally West, bringing him back, giving him a family, I don't want him to do the very same thing for Hal. I think Hal and Wally are two very different people. I don't know if Hal needs a family like Wally does, but
I have a feeling it's just going to be basically, will they or won't they?
Maybe
we see, and that's one of the reasons I've never been a fan of Green Lantern because they never really want to confirm them being a couple. It's always Hal screws it up, and then she goes date somebody else, or she goes evil. They can never be together. It's like Usagi Yojimbo, tragedy all the time. Just kidding.
We'll look, if there's any writer I trust to bring him back after being out of the spotlight for so long, it's going to be Jeremy. This is what Jeremy Adams does. He brings back. Jeremy Adams is kind of like the new Jeff Johns. He brings in characters that were jokes or that were out of the spotlight for so long, and he makes them relevant again. Jeff Johns did it with Aquaman. He did it with Barry. He did it with Hal the first time with the Green Lantern Rebirth. He made him relevant again. So I think Jeremy Adams might be like Jeff Johns 2.0 over here, maybe.
So Ash says he looks kind of fruity. I guess the hairstyle, I do not care for it. That's like the douchebag hairstyle.
I think that's just the artist, though. I don't think that's like the house. Like it's his normal costume. I think it's just him flying in the air and then, like the wind having an effect on the hair.
Yeah, pushing it back. It's just like.
I mean, if you don't like that, may I direct you to the Ivan Reyes cover, which looks fantastic. Or there's the Daniel Sampere cover that also looks good.
Carol looks
There's a lot of good-looking covers for this.
Carol looks good on this cover.
So, Carol does look pretty good. She kind of gives some like young Jennifer Connelly vibes.
Who's hot?
Young Jennifer Connelly, yes.
Slightly older Jennifer Connelly.
No.
Yeah.
Liv Tyler. Better over
worse lips? No, thank you.
I disagree, but let's move past that. Otherwise, we'll be here forever.
Yes, we'll be here forever. Ash has said that Junkyard Joe number 6 is his number 1.
I respect that. I respect your number one. That's a good
HR
one
coming
to have.
in with number 5, Samurai Doggy. Number 4, or it is his ambassador. Number 3 is Nemesis Reloaded. Number 2 is Junkyard Joe. Number 1 is Green Lantern.
That's right. That's right. I'm sensing there's a lot of similarities, a lot of commonality with all of our group's books this week. I kind of like it. There's a little bit of difference.
Ash, have you looked at the interior?
That's true.
He actually looks good in the interior.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just curious what it is he doesn't like. If it's not just the cover, that tells me there's something about Hal Jordan's overall look that he doesn't like. I'm curious to what that is.
We need all these covers.
No. See, I'm sorry, DC, you need to not be Marvel here because that's not necessary. Just do one with all of them on there.
So this is what they should do. You're going to release all these freaking covers, release them with the rings.
They did that.
It's incentive.
They did release all those rings way back when. I think it was like during the
I understand that, but you release them with the rings.
Yeah, totally. I'm for that.
Then there's actually incentive to get the covers because you want to get the ring.
There you go.
So,
Evil Black Cat agrees with me, by the way, on Liv Tyler. So yes, that's 2.
You're trusting.
I'm 2-0 with Evil Black Cat tonight.
You're agreeing with a black cat.
Yep.
Who hates dogs?
I'm curious why Ash has beef with Green Lantern, saying that we're to blame for Green Lantern.
You're to blame You're to blame for buying a book that you like.
I know. That does not
that he doesn't. Ash, have you read any Green Lantern?
Yeah, that's a big question because I can direct you to some Green Lantern especially if you like Tomasi as much as you say you like Tomasi. He did a really good stunt on the Green Lantern Corps.
Just curious if what he's read.
Yeah. I know he has a thing where he's like, if we're buying Green Lantern, then we're also to blame for like Tim Drake being bi. I know there's that, which seems like a stretch, but I can also kind of see the logic to it. But it's a creator that I like. It's a character that I like. Yeah, I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to buy it 100%. So,
like I said, I support the books that I like.
Yeah.
And who's complaining about Predatory Pact is the DC?
Well, I just was when we were talking about all the variant covers. I think that's what he's referring to.
I don't give a shit.
I understand. You're talking
they
about
can release 50 fucking covers. I wouldn't care. I'm not buying them. That's their problem. If somebody,
it's the LCS's problem because they gotta go through all that mess. But
LCS,
I can understand the logic to it. I don't entirely agree with it, but I can understand the logic.
I buy what I buy. Like I said, I could care less about what else they do. I buy the books that I like, and then I go outside of the Marvel and DC and buy the books I like. And is it a smart decision to release 50 copies each time? Probably not, but who knows? Maybe they're just because you're not buying doesn't mean there's other people out there buying every single damn cover.
That's true.
It's just, I don't know, man. It's people who buy baseball cards. I don't understand it either, but people buy baseball cards. All right, so my number 5 was Nemesis Reloaded. Number 5. Number 4 was Junkyard Joe. Number 6. Number 3 was Stargirl Lost Children. Number 6. Number 2 was Batman the Animated Series. Adventures continue, and my number 1 is Batman the White Knight presents
what
Generation.
Green Lantern didn't even make your list.
Story is done by Sean Murphy, but his wife is writing. So I'm pretty sure they are working together on this.
Wow.
I doubt. I am just in love with this series, and I wanted more. Green Lantern, I'm not a big Green Lantern fan. I don't really read a lot of Green Lantern. I watched the movies with Nathan Fillion.
Those are good.
I like.
You had me going for a second there. I thought you were going to say the Ryan Reynolds one. I was like, oh no.
I did like the Ryan Reynolds.
Oh no.
I like the Ryan Reynolds. I just hated the Cloud Storm at the end. If they would have had the Cloud thing at the end, I think a lot of people wouldn't complain as much.
Gotcha.
It's like Galactus, Cloud Monster. No one, yeah. But I don't know. Like I said, do a lot worse. Like I said, I'm enjoying this. I want to basically support this more because I want the Murphyverse. Like I said, if I could care less about the two Batman main titles, if they start to go crappy again, oh well. As long as I have the Murphyverse and I have the Batman Adventures Continue, I'm set.
That's a good point.
Now, especially where at the end of Batman Beyond, he was bringing in like Justice League characters. That's what I want to see. I want to see a Murphy version of Justice League for sure.
The Murphy, yeah. Dan Jurgens was doing a Batman Beyond, league, and he got canceled. Like I said, but overall, like I said, I really like this series. I love the verse he's created. I love the characters. But yeah, it is Sean Gordon Murphy. His wife's doing the writing, but he gave the story plot. She's doing his story. She's just writing it.
It's basically he came up with the plot, and then his wife is like just ironing it out. Basically, is what it sounds like.
And it's not like we're getting somebody else other than his wife. And then I'd be kind of like, okay, it's kind of iffy on this. But yeah. I've read his wife wrote the Harley Quinn series.
Yeah, it. That's true.
Yes. I guess I'm curious to see where this is going to go, and we're teased at the end of the last Batman on One Night. They showed Superman hadn't met Batman yet, and so it's like, oh my, if he goes into that, oh dude, I just want more of that. Build more and more and more. Like I said, it's sad that if the main two books, Batman, Superman books, if they start to suck, it's like at least I got books to fall back on. Plus, I also have back issues too. So, yeah. But I love the art in here too. Who's doing?
Mirka Andolfo.
Mirka Andolfo is doing the art. She's doing the art on here too. She's a good artist. I do like her art.
I've got a few of her books, not the Sweet Paprika ones, but I do have a few of her books. The art inside is pretty good.
The Dan Mora incentive. So.
Oh, nice.
Like I said,
okay.
Yeah. Not
I
sure
like
if his 125. Yeah, and then he had here's the Mirka Andolfo who's using her own variants.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes. But basically, so basically, it's their twins run away in a stolen Batmobile. Only Joker Jack Napier's quickly fading hologram has any hope of getting them home safely, keeping them out of the family business. But a life of crime is the only temptation young Bryce and Jackie are facing. The kids uncover a dark secret that could bring their dad back to life for good. Like, tempted to bring back the Joker. Like that, and then
the Lazarus Pit. Probably not. Sean Gordon Murphy's a lot more creative than that.
Can you
imagine if it was anybody else, it'd be a Lazarus Pit.
Yeah. I'm not kidding myself. It literally says that he wrote the story. She's just writing the dialogue.
No. He's talking about the artist.
Oh.
He says that Mirka is the worst artist in the Murphyverse so far.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I wasn't too wild about the one they had for the Red Hood story.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm excited for this. 9 out of 11 people have liked it so far. People have bought it.
There you go.
So, all right. So that's it for our number ones and stuff. I'm gonna quickly go to the trades because we only have a few more minutes left, and we both have to leave.
Well, while you're looking that up, I'll go through the chat's number ones. We had Undead Quinn said Ghost Rider number 14. HR. I don't know. You read off HR's books, right?
Yeah. His Green Lantern was number 1.
Yeah.
But unless he's changed it, I think he just pasted it again.
No, it's the same. I think he just posted it twice.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So this week we got here Son of Kal-El.
The battle for Gamora? I thought that was Star-Lord's job.
Yeah, right.
Next to it, though, all
Avengers
hail
by Jonathan Hickman. Yep, Omnibus Volume 2, hardcover. The Japanese Shazam was pretty good. I liked it for Jodie Campbell.
That's Evan Shaner doing the art, I believe.
Yeah, Evan Doc Shaner doing the art. Enjoyed it. Then we got here Second Genesis is being released this week, along with looks like Fighting Chance for Captain
America. Nice.
Looks like is that Grunwald or is it Engelhart?
Maybe. Let me see.
The one after that was the one that I was looking at.
Which one
That's
is that?
Ron Mars, Roy Thomas, Fabian Nicieza, Grunwald is one, and Howard Chaykin. So those are all the writers you have on that Captain America.
So which one are you looking at next? You're talking
I was
about
looking at Wonder Woman.
Oh, the Wonder Woman. Okay, this is
Paradise Lost. Yeah. You got Joe Kelly, J.M. DeMatteis, Phil Jimenez on art, George Perez writing and inking, Adam Hughes doing drawing and inking, Andy Lanning. I mean, you've got like a top cast here. And it's basically Gotham City getting transformed into what looks like ancient Greece. So Batman has to call for Wonder Woman's help. So
what is this? Agent of Spectre.
Yeah, Wonder Woman looks really good. This is it's a collection of the books from, I think they're from like the early 2000s. It's 164 through 170. I actually have a couple of these covers somewhere.
And then we have Christos Gage, James Bond, Agent of Spectre.
Ooh, nice.
So I might be picking this up to read it.
Christos Gage is good.
Blofeld, during the life of Bond's friend, Felix Leiter, is leverage. So Bond has to agree with him and work with them. A plan to use internal strife to bring Spectre down once for all. Succeed a dark path. Cool. 120 pages, hardcover, $24.99. In stock trade down to 13 probably or something like that. 12.
All
right. Go here.
I really want this Wonder Woman trade. These Adam Hughes covers.
Yeah. My Hero Academia Vigilantes, Volume 14 coming out this week.
Yeah, that one's going to be winding down pretty soon, actually. That might actually even be the finale. I know they said they wrapped up the story on that one already, so it's a matter of time for it.
Like I said, I really tempted to read the manga, but I just finished the season about a month ago or a few weeks ago when it ended. Wow. Great. Irredeemable. Never read this. But this is from Boom Studios. $60. It's Mark Waid. Peter, I can't see it, but can't tell blurry. But anyway, so then we got Adventures of Vampirella. Yeah.
Oh gosh, whose name? Oh, Peter Krause.
That's what it is. I can see a K in there, but it's so blurry because they don't.
He worked on a book called We Only Kill Each Other, or something.
Hack Slash Deluxe Edition hardcover. All right, and then we have another James Bond going out here.
Nice. A lot of James Bond. I like that cover too. Is that Chris Samney or someone in that vein?
Rodney Barnes and is a writer. Artist is Antonio Fuso.
Okay.
And that's just Francesco Francavilla does the cover.
Oh, that's a really nice cover. I like that.
What does it say here? Himeros is a Greek god of sexual desire, and one of the erotes, the winged gods of love. And Aphrodite was born from the sea foams. She was greeted by the twin loves, Eros and Himeros. When the sexual desire goes too far, it takes a legendary super spy, James Bond, to bring to justice the most vulnerable among us as he investigates a suspicious dash of an accused sex trafficker. One whose ties run deep and deadly.
This James Bond book is not approved for young ones. If any James Bond book ever was.
James Bond on Epstein Island.
Oh my God. Could be. It could be. Who knows?
All right.
Eros didn't kill himself.
Of course he didn't. Tokyo Aliens. Never heard of that. A lot of mangas. Avatar. Then I got some.
Yeah, now you're getting down to the manga territory.
Yeah, I can't.
That's the 2000 AD, but I'm not familiar with any of these.
Yokai Watch. I feel like it sounds familiar. Like I've seen the toys. Yokai sounds familiar, but
Not
anyway,
familiar
that's it for this week. Our top 5. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Ghislaine Maxwell did not kill herself. Okay,
I think she's still alive.
makes me wonder. Was
maybe.
she arrested or was she just put into witness protection?
I think they're guarding her more carefully. I'm not sure. As soon as she makes it an arrangement, or as soon as she makes a deal to write down all the names, she'll probably die though.
Have we heard anything though? Is there proof of life?
Not that I've seen.
Like they could have
I've
bumped
been
her
watching
off,
people
like,
with it.
and then no one knows about it.
I'm not gonna be surprised if I wake up one day and someone said, "Oh, she's dead." I'm gonna be like, "Of course she is. She knows where the bodies are." So,
Iridiamo is, what if Superman went really bad? All right. So it's Injustice.
oh, I thought that was The Boys. There's a lot of really bad Superman story. Like if Superman went bad,
I will say, if you've never read The Boys, do read it all the way through. There is an underlying actual good story to it. But all right, so we'll see you guys on Thursday. There are 2 TV show reviews tomorrow for Superman and Lois and The Flash. And then there will be a reading on Friday, at least 2 readings.
Yes.
Guardians of the Galaxy, the landing. Have that landing.
make sure it's not one that we've done already because we have done some of this.
Issue 9. We haven't done that one.
Okay. I was about to say I wasn't sure if we had or not, but I wanted to bring that up.
Check that out. And then before that, Fantastic Four, issue number 33. Atuma is coming.
Atuma! It's Atuma! If we do not do Atuma in Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice, it will be a tragedy. A miscarriage of characterization.
All right, go check over on I Love Comics. Marani will be running an RPG on there. You're going to see yours truly is going to jump in a little bit, get his toes wet, and see what it's like to be with the nerds over there. And then, of course, we got Zach's going to be there, and then a newcomer, and Dalton. So, and yeah.
Come hang out with us. It'll be a little bit more chill, a little bit more laid back. You can make fun of how we play RPGs. It'll be fun.
Yes. So we'll be over there in the next few minutes. See you there.